big one. Always a topic at Talladega. Remember the last lap of last year's race as an example. DJ, you've been in a few of these before, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes, I had my share of these. And, you know, all it takes is just one little miscue up front, and you see 10, 15 cars involved.
Well, I'll tell you, man. And what the thing that interests me, DJ, is with these two-car pods, you're going to see probably wrecks not as spectacular, not as many cars involved, but they're still very dangerous.
Yeah, they are. And I think what you may see because of that, because what may look like a one or two car accident starting out, because we talked about.
Wow, did you see that? McMurray trying to find the two-car again, almost found the 99.
Well, there's some sense of urgency to get with your teammate.
Oh, look out, here we go.
Man.
Right into the wall, McMurray. Kyle Busch is involved. The 66 and the 99 of Waltrip goes around. Oh, and another late hit right there with McMurray unable to get the car stopped. Jamie's okay, but obviously the car is not.
Your fault. We're done here, guys.
A lot of good cars torn up here, man.
41 of Jennifer Jo Cobb is involved also. You saw the 28 of Derek Cope. There is Tim George Jr. He's got severe damage. Eric McClure's from number 14. He's limping back to pit road.
Looked to be a big product of drivers trying to get teamed back up with someone they'd been drafting with before.
That's Mike Bliss. He was one of our 16 different leaders today. And we got a big mess to clean up. Stephen Wallace heading for the garage area. He and Michael Adnet had done a really good job of following the orders. They were running nose to tail all day long, helping each other out.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. You're here and you've missed everything, and then on a restart when things are, you're most susceptible, really. As we said before, cautions breed cautions, and this is another certainly extreme case of that.
Clint Boyer in as well, as he's got some damage. You saw Jennifer Jo Cobb. There's Jamie out of the car. Jennifer was actually still running on the lead lap. She was one of 34 drivers on the lead lap.
We were on pace, certainly, as you mentioned, for a record for a number of cars on the lead lap, but this has taken a lot of them out.
Here we go.
It's like you say, it's just a sense of urgency. All these cars trying to get with each other, and you see some contact right there mid-pack. Looked like Boyer was involved in that.
That looked like Kyle Busch getting into Jamie McMurray is what got all of that started. And I think he was just trying to push Jamie, but a little bit too much of a push, and maybe at the exact wrong spot on his rear bumper.
James Buescher and Justin Allgaier both slid through unscathed. Here's another look.
See this, they try to go up through the middle.
Looks like there was some contact with Michael Waltrip too at the same time.
And it could have been Boyer into the 18 also that made him get into the 1 a little bit harder.
On board, Stephen Wallace. Well, Alan said it from the very beginning of the broadcast. It is always big here in Talladega, and this one was big.
You can see right there, you got three cars pushing each other, and they're just one's driving the other, and there's just no control.
Yeah, and I think Kyle was actually trying to stay off of Jamie a little bit after he saw he got him a little bit squirrely, but then Clint Boyer was on his bumper pushing hard.
All right, we've still got a lot of cleanup to do. We're going to go on board with Clint Boyer as the big one occurs with 28 laps to go.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
We have a problem. Oh, it's going to be a bad wreck. Oh, no. We're in it, boys. We're in it.
It's the big one. Trouble.
half the field right there.
Well, we've always talked about the big ones here at Talladega, Daytona. We've just had the big one today with 28 laps to go right down the backstretch and about a dozen cars involved in this. Several have limped back as we are in a red flag situation again. It is the 18 of Kyle Busch. He has never won here in 7 prior starts. Look out! A spin, Mike Wallace, and he's up and over. Wallace gets back on all fours. The 38 of Leffler is also involved. The race is going to end under caution. And we'll have to wait for NASCAR to give us the official as to which car was the leader.
Mike Wallace able to drive this car right.
Yeah, baby!
I'm thinking Kyle Busch is going to be the winner of this race.
Here's why you never give up.
The scoring has
The
Trevor
18
Bayne, but they've switched it over to Kyle Busch.
The 18 thinks he's won. He's giving Joey a little nudge.
Yeah, he probably knows.
That's rock, man. You absolutely rock, Jake.
Well, that sounds like Trevor Bayne's radio, doesn't it?
We did it.
That was 18's radio, okay. That was Kyle Busch's radio. We are waiting for NASCAR to give us a freeze the field report. And they will figure out exactly who was
Never
in the
give
position at the time the caution was thrown.
Kyle pretty confident.
Well, this has been his worst track. We talked about the fact 3 of those 7 prior races, he didn't even make it to the finish. Okay, we still don't know the exact time the caution came out, but here's the replay.
See a lot of people with run. You can see Mike Wallace having a big run here, getting a push from Elliott Sadler. That's where it's all going to start, as he tried to make a move.
Boy, and then he gets
Yeah,
airborne.
the caution does not come out right away here. It goes just a little bit longer before it does come out.
Yeah, the 18 was in front at that moment.
Carl Edwards gets spun in that altercation.
Still waiting for official word. Here's another angle.
It's a lot of push and shoving. You know, Mike Wallace's car really was out of control the whole race.
And we've just got the official word. Kyle Busch is your winner. So he is now won in all 3 series here at
We did it
Talladega.
somehow. I don't know how.
Talladega.
All right, Doc, let's take another wild ride and go on board with Trevor Bayne. And on board with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Differences and similarities between today's cars and tomorrow's cars. Was there something in black tomorrow that going today?
Well, I think the Cup cars will probably be the
And Vince is caught up with the man who finished in 3rd place. A great run for Joe Nemechek.
Well, that's right, and he was just while. But we do know for sure that Kyle Busch has won the race after Mike Wallace got turned upside down on the last lap. Kyle leading when the caution was put on and the field was frozen. Next week, off to Nashville for the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Next Saturday, 2 Eastern ESPN. Off to Charlotte for some NHRA 4-wide drag racing. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.